They say wars are no longer about bullets and bombs. They're about chips, code, and control. Right now, in secret labs and billion-dollar boardrooms across the globe, the most powerful forces on Earth are locked in a race to dominate something far bigger than oil, weapons, or the internet. This is the $1 trillion AI race, a global sprint to control the future. This isn't science fiction. It's not coming in the future. It's already here. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a tool, it's the most valuable asset on Earth. And whoever wins this race will shape how the rest of us live, work, and survive in a world run by algorithms. Let's break it down. The global AI market is exploding. In 2023, it was already worth over $500 billion. But by 2033, it's projected to reach nearly $5 trillion. That's almost 10 times bigger than the current oil market. And it's not just software, it's infrastructure, hardware, energy, regulation, ethics, and geopolitics. So who's in this race? The United States, China, Europe, and now, surprisingly, countries like Saudi Arabia and India. But this race isn't just between governments. Tech giants, Google, Microsoft, Meta, OpenAI, Nvidia, Amazon, all building their own AI empires. This is a race of nations. Yes, but also of corporations with more power than some countries. The US leads in raw innovation. OpenAI's GPT-4, Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama, and Claude from Anthropic are American. Billions are being poured into model development, cloud infrastructure, and training. The US has the advantage of talent, research hubs, and massive data centers. Not to mention Nvidia, the company whose GPUs are the beating heart of AI. In 2024 alone, Nvidia's data center revenue crossed $26 billion. Its chips power nearly every advanced AI system on Earth. Its new Blackwell architecture is designed specifically for the next generation of AI, and demand is off the charts. Nvidia is so valuable now, it's worth more than Amazon and Google. And then there is the Stargate project, a rumored $500 billion data center funded by a secret alliance of OpenAI, Microsoft, and Middle Eastern investors. If true, it would be the most powerful AI training complex in history. But America's not alone. China has a different approach, fast, centralized, and deeply integrated into national policy. It's already the world's largest source of data, and it's using that data to build AI systems tailored for industry, surveillance, and social control. Chinese companies like Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent are all racing to match or surpass their US rivals. And while US companies rely on Nvidia chips, China is rapidly developing alternatives like Huawei's Ascend series and homegrown GPUs that bypass export restrictions. They're betting on efficiency, training powerful models using fewer chips, less power, and smaller budgets. And it's working. One Chinese startup trained a ChatGPT rival using a fraction of the cost. The result? Massive hit to US tech stock prices overnight. In this race, being lean and smart can beat being rich and dominant. Europe is taking a different stance. Instead of brute force, they're focusing on ethical AI. France, Germany, and the EU are investing billions in sovereign AI projects, but with strict regulations around transparency, safety, and privacy. They don't want to win the race by cutting corners. They want to build AI that serves citizens, not just corporations. And then there's Saudi Arabia, the wild card. In 2025, the kingdom announced Humane, a project to make Saudi Arabia an AI superhub. Backed by unlimited oil money and global partnerships, they're building AI campuses, cloud infrastructure, and even their own large language models. Their strategy? Skip the slow build-up. It's just buy the best tech, the smartest people, and build everything from scratch. Fast. So what exactly is being raced for? Not just better chatbots or search engines. This is about everything. Whoever wins the AI race will dominate autonomous weapons, financial systems, healthcare, education, transportation, agriculture, and even space exploration. Imagine drones that think, doctors that never sleep, financial systems that predict markets before humans react, or even AI presidents. This technology is so powerful it can reshape civilizations. That's why this race is so intense. It's not just a business opportunity. It's a battle for global influence. But this race is dangerous. The energy demands are massive. Data centers use more electricity than some countries. The chips needed for AI, especially GPUs, are in short supply. It's creating global supply chain wars, with countries fighting over access to critical semiconductors. There are also risks of inequality. If only a few countries or companies control the most advanced AI, the rest of the world becomes dependent. Imagine if just one company controls global education, medicine, and news. That's not just power, it's total control over human knowledge. Then there's regulation. Should we slow AI to protect jobs, or accelerate it to cure diseases? Should governments regulate AI models, or should companies police themselves? No one agrees, and that's creating chaos. Some experts warn that unregulated AI development could lead to catastrophic outcomes. Not just economic collapse or mass surveillance, but actual existential threats. What happens when AI becomes smarter than humans and refuses to be shut down? That's why some countries are moving fast and others are hitting the brakes. Here in the US, Senate hearings are being held with ICUOs. Europe has already passed strict AI laws. China is embedding AI into its national security strategy. And tech leaders like Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and Sundar Pichai are openly debating the timeline for superintelligence. But even with the risks, no one wants to stop. The money is just too big. AI is expected to add nearly $7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. Every sector, finance, health, military, energy, even art, is being disrupted. Entire industries are being rebuilt around machine learning. Investors are pouring money in. VC firms are launching AI-only funds. Companies are rebranding themselves as AI first. The term AI is now the hottest stock market trigger since .com in the early 2000s. And then there's the question no one dares ask aloud. What if this race doesn't end well? What if it becomes a cold war of machines, where nations rush to build smarter, more autonomous AI weapons before their rivals do? What if we create systems we can't control? Will humans always be in charge? Will we lose that edge forever? Some think it's already too late. That the AI we're building today is already evolving beyond our understanding. That we're creating a new species not of flesh and blood, but of silicon and code. Others are more hopeful. They believe AI will solve the problems we never could. Climate change, poverty, disease, war. They believe AI will be our greatest invention, the final tool we ever need to invent. So, who will win this trillion-dollar race? Maybe it's not the richest country. Maybe it's not the one with the most GPUs or the best engineers. Maybe it's the one that finds balance between power and ethics, speed and safety, innovation and wisdom. Because this isn't just a race for AI. It's a race for what kind of future we want to live in. One controlled by a handful of tech giants, or one shared by everyone. One where machines serve us, or one where we serve the machines. The trillion-dollar AI race is well underway. But the finish line, that's still unknown. And what waits on the other side could change humanity forever.